Hey there, church family. This is Pastor Paul, and I'm so excited that you're watching this video, taking some time to hear about what we learned from our church health survey. So I want to do two things in this video. I want to tell you kind of how we learned these cool insights about our church and where we're at spiritually, and also kind of want to give you the big idea of what we learned. And then in the next videos, I'll talk about more specifics. So let's talk about the how part. You know that you took the survey. Over 330 of you took the survey, which was huge. That was way more than we anticipated, so thank you for doing that. So after you took the survey, it kind of generated this report, which gave us a lot of information about where we are spiritually. I then had a really great conversation with the person who really was kind of a key architect in putting the survey together and has written 2 books about the information that they learned from doing the survey with over 2,500 churches. She was able to set aside a whole hour of her time just to walk through our report for me. And let me tell you, what was the big idea that I gleaned from that opportunity? Well, here's kind of what we learned. We learned what kind of type of church we are. And I don't want to say that too strongly. I don't want to pigeonhole us in a category. But what happens is, as they've done these learnings of getting all this information from churches, really they see churches break into about 10 or 12, something like that, different church archetypes or types. So let me talk about what our type was. You could think of it as kind of landing on a spectrum. So if you think of kind of a vertical axis and a horizontal axis. And what that vertical axis means is spiritual maturity. So how are people in their spiritual maturity? Their beliefs, their practices, their virtues, are they loving, forgiving? Do they share their faith? Do they read their Bible? Those things. And so the higher you are on that scale, the more spiritually mature you are. Then that horizontal axis is, what is the church doing to help? This is called best practices. Are they doing the best practices to help their people grow in their maturity? So of course, where you want to be as a church is you want to be in that top right section, where your people are really spiritually mature and you're doing the things that really help them grow. Well, good news, we are in the top right category. That's where we want to be. In fact, one of the big takeaways I learned was that we are a very mature church. In fact, this expert that I talked to, wonderful lady, told me some of the numbers that we showed in our survey are some of the highest she's ever seen, especially when it comes to reading God's word and reflecting on it daily. We were way up there in like the top 98, 99 percentile. But things like, are you a forgiving person? Do you care about others? Are you praying daily? Are you seeking guidance through prayer? Are you reading God's word? Do you have spiritual friendships? Those different things. We were so high in that category. Now, like I said, if we want to be all the way over here on best practices and all the way up here on spiritual maturity, that would mean the very top right corner is where you'd want to be. That's what's called the vibrant church. Now, we did not hit that point. Now, don't be discouraged by that, because we're really, really close to it. What we found is we're a little bit to the left of a vibrant church. Now, what does that mean? It means we're very spiritually mature, but we need, or you have expressed that you need more from your church to grow spiritually. We are not doing the best practices that we can do to help you grow. Now, we're better than average. We're still on this side of that line. We're better than average, but we are what's called a self-motivated church. And that means this: we have very mature people, but they are asking for the church to help them in specific areas grow more. And you hunger for it. You want it. You're inviting us into helping you. And we need to step up in that area. And there's 3 specific areas that we need to step up in as a church, as a leadership, to help you grow spiritually. And so I'm going to share with you in the next video what those 3 practices are. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope you watch the next couple videos coming as well to explain how we're going to use this information to help us grow as a church. Thanks for watching, guys.